This is a song that I learned 8 years ago. I was driving along with a couple of fellas in this big truck, and we were outside of Ojai, California, and there was a loud boom, and the engine fell out of the truck, and we stopped. We got towed into Ojai. And we didn't know anybody, we didn't have any place to stay, had very little money, and it was going to cost us $12.5 million to have the engine put back in the truck. And we figured, well, the thing to do in a situation like that is to find a place where there's some music being played, you know, because more than likely you can find a bunch of neat people hanging out, and you can find a place to stay. Well, along the road comes a fellow with a guitar slung over his shoulder and a big old leather hat, and we figured, well, this is just a person to ask. And as it turns out, he was totally lost, didn't even know what state he was in, you know. He knew what state he was in, wasn't quite sure the planet he was on, average. But he was staying in the candle factory just outside of Ojai. The candle factory was about 3/4 the size of this room, and there were 10 people living in that place, along with 2 dogs, a frog, a boa constrictor, and a canary. And it was a zoo. I mean, it really was a zoo. They moved their worldly possessions in and hung them on the wall. The candle people had moved out, and all of these other folks moved in. So the first night we were there, I threw down my sleeping bag under the canary cage. It was the only available sleeping space on the floor, you know, and what a bummer that was. I mean, I found out the next morning canaries don't sleep at night. It's like they house clean, you know. It's like, oh, look at that guy down there. Dump everything out on old Bill, and everybody the next morning was walking around with a big old smile on their face, too, you know, because they tried that spot, too, but they weren't going to tell me about it. Oh, no, sir. Well, everybody was singing this song, and it kind of became the theme song of our trip. This song has a chorus to it. It's imperative you learn the chorus. It was written by a fellow by the name of Greg Brown. And as I say, it's imperative that you learn this chorus. I'll tell you why later, but the song goes like this. The whole kit and caboodle, it's in disrepair. There's nowhere to go that's not here. Captains and cuckoos from here to Timbuktu, oh, they're counting their dough in the mirror. Yeah, they're counting their dough in the mirror. And here's the chorus to it. Singing Rooty Toot Toot for the moon. It's the biggest star I've ever seen. It's a pearl of wisdom, and it's a slice of green cheese, and it's burning just like kerosene. And it's burning just like kerosene. Want y'all to try that now, come on. Singing Rooty Toot Toot for the moon. Biggest star. It's the biggest star I've ever seen. It's a pearl. It's a pearl of wisdom, and it's a slice of green cheese, and it's burning just like kerosene. And it's burning just like kerosene. He was just some young white kid trying to sing tough and black, with gravel and spit in his voice. He laughed at the things we do, and all the radios laughed too, and I lifted my arms and rejoiced. Yes, I lifted my arms and rejoiced. Chorus! Singing, biggest star. It's a pearl, and it's burning, and it's burning like kerosene. Here's the heavy verse now. So God bless motorcycles and all those far out heavy trifles. You know I can't memorize Zen. So hang your hat on your nose and don't hide in your clothes, and smile at someone, begin to begin. Smile at someone, begin to begin. Here we go. Singing Rooty Toot Toot for the moon. It's the biggest star I've ever seen. It's a pearl of wisdom, and it's a slice of green cheese, and it's burning just like kerosene. And it's burning just like kerosene. people have not heard this song before tonight? Well, I must tell you that the reason I have you learn the chorus is that about an hour after you hear the song for the first time, and many of you can bear me out on this fact, about an hour after you hear the song for the first time, you come down with what's called the Rooty Toot phenomenon. Basically what it is that you never stop singing the song for the rest of your life. But you've forgotten the words to it. And you mark my words, you go to bed, especially if there's a big moon out, and I know there's a big moon out here somewhere tonight. You go to bed and you climb into bed and that moonlight shine right down through your window. Shine into your eyes, weave itself around into your brain. And you'll go to sleep and you wake up the next morning. And your eyes will fly open, that first crack of awareness will hit you, and you'll sit straight up in bed and you go, tutti frutti. Like kerosene. It's not right. Tastes like green cheese. Words tied songs. Oh yeah, I remember. There's kittens and poodles, motorcycle repairs in your car. Zen, lots of Zen, 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 Zen what? Zen. And you call up old Bill at 4 o'clock in the morning. People have called me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes they had just a little bit too much to drink. I remember one fella, 4 o'clock in the morning, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Hello? Hello? Tutti frutti, ma'am. Oh my goodness, yeah. You don't know me, man, but what's the words to that song there for the moon? The moon to you, boy, 4 o'clock in the morning. So let's try it one more time here and make sure we have it, ready? It's coming around, here we go. Sing it. Biggest star. It's a pearl